Hey, thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44 again. I just made a video about a billboard that Phil was going to put up with his wife saying to their children, call me, right? It was just a very loving, very kind message. And I put it up probably an hour ago. And already the Church of Scientology has shut it down. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of this video that I'm going to tell you. But I want you to see this is what I did. This is what they do. Okay. How does Scientology shut things down? How do they do it? Okay. Rolled back to 2000. I was already sort of waking up, but I had already been working on what I call their top secret mafia for the internet, which was a thing where they were getting me, my best friend and auditor, which is a counselor, someone that I trusted completely, Bill Yachty, said, look, we need to handle these evil people that are on the internet. I don't want you to go look at it because you know it's going to destroy you. But I want you to open up. And I know for people hearing this now, they're like, who would believe in that? But you have to remember, I was already way in what I call the Scientology Truman Show. I was in it. They knew it. I would do whatever they wanted. I was what cult experts call a true believer. Okay. You say you need it, I'll do it. And I did. I did a lot of shit for them. But how do they do it? They don't really tell you what they're doing. That's how they do it. They trick you, right? And they know you already trust them. I didn't trust them. If the Office of Special Affairs had asked me to do this, I wouldn't have done it. I would have said, no, it just smells too weird. But it was my best friend and my auditor, who's a counselor. And he said, I just need you to help me. I mean, these people are hurting our church. And I was like, okay, what do you need to do? And he said, just go open up this account, get an email address and a password, send it to me. And he said, now, normally they don't do this. So you're going to have to really, kind of bully your way in, but I think you can do it. Okay, so I did it. And long story short, he went, oh my God, you've changed the history of the internet. And this was in the 90s. And I was like, how can I change the history of the internet when I don't even know what it is? Which I didn't back then. This was in the 90s. Okay, so now roll forward to 2000. The vice president of the Church of Scientology calls me and goes, Tori, we need you over here right now. So I go over there. And she goes, so-and-so, this guy who's a writer, wants to start a group to handle Black PR with L. Ron Hubbard. And I said, okay, so, what are the plans? I don't want to do it. I already told her. I said, I'm out. Count me out. But I'll be there to help give you some ideas because I've done so much stuff for them. So, the more we talk, the more she realizes this guy doesn't know anything. He hasn't been out on the street handling people, and I have a ton. And so she starts going, all right, let's go around the room. There's 4 of us. What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? What have I done? Right? And they're all like, I've done this, I've done this, I've done this, and I've done like this. You know what I mean? I've done a ton of stuff. And so she goes, okay, you're running the group. And I said, I don't want to run the group. I told you I'm just coming here to help you, give you ideas. No, you're in charge. And again, I was a true believer. I felt like it was my duty, whatever, all this bullshit. Okay, so now it's called the Scientology Parishioners League, and we're supposed to handle Black PR. So the first thing she shows us is a video about cults, which they have a big button on being called a cult. They really don't want to be called a cult. They want to be a real religion, right? And in the middle of it is David Miscavige in Scientology, the cult, right? And she's like, no, we can't have that. You have to get it off TV. And this was A&E was going to do a show. That's a big TV station, right? And I'm just me, Joe Public, right? And she's like, no, you have to get it off TV tonight. That's it. Tomorrow I have to turn in the statistics that it's off the air. And I'm like, what am I going to do? What could I do? And she goes, call them, email them, All right. So that's what happens. It's my order. I come home. I start calling A&E. I'm like, hi, this is Tori Bazazian, which is my married name then. I need to talk to whoever is in charge of this show on cults. No, I need to talk to him right now. I understand they're in a meeting, but I need to talk to them right now. What is your name? Your name is what? Okay. And who's your manager? Okay. Your manager is so and so. Okay. Then I need to talk to your manager. So put your manager on. No, I'll wait. I'm sorry. I'm calling from the Church of Scientology. Okay. So now the manager comes on. And I'm like, hello, my name is Tori Vizazian, and I'm calling from the Church of Scientology. And I'm calling about this television show that you have about cults. And you're trying to compare the religion, the Church of Scientology, to a cult? Really? What? Could you please spell your name for me? Let me just get your name. Okay. And who is your boss? I need to know who your boss is. Okay, Mr. So-and-so. All right. Okay, that's good. Now, this has to come off. We're not part of this cult thing. I don't mind you doing a movie on cults. You can do whatever you want to do. But the Church of Scientology is not a cult. I've been a member for 30 years. And believe me, you're barking up the wrong tree. They have a lot of attorneys. They don't like this kind of thing. So I don't think you would want to get all roped into something like that. No, I'm not threatening you at all. No. I'm a member. I'm not even part of, their big executives and all that. No, I'm just a member. But, I'm someone who cares about my church. And you're putting us in with these cults and things like that. I mean, that's not right. You obviously can see that. I mean, think about it. What church do you belong to? Okay, so fair enough. So what if someone was doing a TV show on cults and they threw your church into it? You wouldn't like that, would you? No, I didn't think so. So I'm asking you, as a member of the Church of Scientology, to think about it, take it off tonight. We're not part of this cult thing. I like you too. I'm very happy that we talked. Yeah, I had a feeling, somebody probably gave you the wrong. We have some people, there's no question about it, that are people that don't like the Church of Scientology for whatever reason. Same as any religion. They don't like them. Okay, that's the way it is. But you know how that, I know, that's the way it is. So, but we're not part of a cult. We're a religion. And that it's plain and simple. And I just wanted to make that clear because I didn't really want you, getting in trouble or, having a big problem over this when it's not really true. You want to make sure you have factual information, and that's not factual. Okay. All right. And let me give you my phone number. Here it is. All right. There you go. And okay, better idea. I'll just send you the email. All right. Good. Well, thank you so much. It was really great talking to you. All right. You have a good day too. Bye. There you go. See, that's pretty much it. So you look at now, someone has done something similar to that regarding these billboards where they call up and say, look, first of all, now they're lying and saying we don't even have disconnection, which of course they do. I talk to family members all the time. None of my 30-year friends will talk to me because I was declared suppressive. And it's against the law in Scientology to talk to me, right? Or they'll get declared. So yes, they have disconnection. Absolutely they have it. But someone's calling up the people that were going to do it and basically borderline threatening them that they're going to sue them. And this Billboard company is buying into it. And here's the secret to the Church of Scientology. Yes, they do have a lot of attorneys. They do. But there's also this little thing that we have called freedom of speech in this country, okay? And it's not okay with the Church of Scientology getting this nonprofit status when they are out stopping free speech and business, okay? Not okay. No, not okay at all. So I'm making this to show how I used to do this. Okay, I'm not proud of it, but I was being a good Scientologist. So at the time, I thought it was okay. It was like, woo, we got him. It did turn out. The next day, she said, get over here right away. And I thought, oh, God, we're in trouble. And I went over there and she showed the video and boom, they had taken David Miscavige and Scientology as a cult out of it. From my little call, from me. And so I did 4 other things like that. And then shortly after that, I ended up waking up and escaping out of the Church of Scientology forever. I mean, I left forever. That was it. But this was right at the end of me really fully waking up. And I was still kind of trying to help out. And that's how they consider it. They consider they're helping out. You're not helping out. If you are stopping free speech, that's really, really creepy and awful. So if you're in the Church of Scientology and you hear this, number one, call the people that you've disconnected from, because we're not all evil, horrible people. And number two, they have no right knowing or listening in or checking on you, and you should know that. I mean, why do you want to be part of a group that does that kind of thing? It's very, very weird. And I'm very sorry to A&E that I did end up shutting that down, because they should be part of the cult. They should. And they have been, and they will be again. And Scientology, just as a final note, this will never be a win for you. I told you this when I was in. You are creating your own enemies. They wanted me to go by Mark Bunker's house and say he was this and that, awful things. And I said, that isn't even true. And by you saying that, you are creating your own enemies. And they are to this day. It's almost 16 years later from when I said that. And here they are, creating their own enemies again. So I say, if you're out there and if you have any lines or communication or contacts to media, call them up, tell them about it. See if we can get some interviews with Phil or his wife or anybody else. I'm happy to do interviews talking about this, because it really is awful and we need to expose it. And believe me, Scientology, it's going to happen. It may not happen today or tomorrow, but it's going to happen. It has been happening. And I told you, you're creating your own enemies, and it's only going to get bigger. It's not going to get less. And guess what? It has. So there you go. To every single person who speaks out, stands up, takes a stand, I thank you. That's it. I love you. Bye.